since April last year, from this very room, a doomsday coalition, a coalition between the ANC and the radicals in the EFF or the Umkhonto we Sizwe party, because those policies will take South Africa down the same road to Zimbabwe.
Also known as Yivaar Kangakanani. Greetings sanibonani dumelang abusheni ubukele Yivaar Kangakanani on SA Emerging Talent Television, your only platform to showcase your talent. We're still on the election, start discussing our election. As we have mentioned, ukuthi throughout the election process and throughout the election we will be tackling issues and challenges that the country is facing, the vibes in the elections. So I also have my partners in success. I'll let them introduce themselves.
We used to be SAing, guys, so now apparently things have changed. We are now back to our original, we are still in the bloodline. This is your presenter, and for today I have nothing but politics, and I'm not alone here. I have nothing but the best people in the whole city, Over to you, my brother.
Greetings everyone. I'm Abongile.
Sanbonani. My name is Sabelo.
Yeah, so the topic namhlanje gents, as we are in elections, we will vote. Some of us voted, some of us didn't vote. So we're discussing the fact of we see that our country is almost in shambles, or it's in the verge of war. It's in the Gunzima, and the fact that these countries, these parties, political parties, the ruling party has experienced for the first time in 30 years has experienced a loss of its supporters. So it puts them in a position where they need to think of a coalition, and other parties also are willing to go for coalition. But the problem is amanyama parties, they have terms and conditions towards this coalition. Some say if they do coalition with the ruling party, they expect the president to step down. They cannot do coalition with a certain party if the certain leader is still there. So this is actually what we're discussing today.
So what I'd like to know is that we voted, guys. No?
Not all of us.
At least that we voted, because guys, it's about time that we get a strong and powerful leader who's going to lead us into the right steps. I mean, ever since I've existed, I don't see any difference in the country.
You can say that, but I think you can't say that with confidence. You know why I'm saying you can't say that with confidence, that there's no change in the country? Is because during the Zuma period, you can see what happened. Like you can see from most of our complex, our malls, our new society sections, like we have RDPs, a lot of RDPs, a lot of scattered RDPs. Although our members who registered for they haven't gotten their houses yet. But then, even though it's dodgy, we're not about the dodgy stuff. We are about the facts, So the fact is that they did do something. But those who are behind them, we don't know. Those who are ama MSC, nama premier, nama mayor, nama councillor are the ones who are messing up everything, who are selling ama RDPs to the foreign people. You understand? So we can't blame everything into the leading people. But the presidents are just the front. What happens to the people they giving the ranks to? What if I'm the computer? What happens to my USB cable? Where it connects? What connect does it does? Like, does it come with like detecting the virus or infecting the virus? You understand? So that's what.
So can I just, as you have just mentioned that like a computer would, what is that it brings in or out? Most of the people right now that are blaming our president. I'm not saying our president is perfect. No one is perfect. But now remember, if you're not going to do everything by yourself, you'll get those people who do things the way they want. When in the office you talk like this, when they get out, some of the people, they see opportunity. Hence we say there was no development. Just like being a parent, you tell your child that when you go out, behave like this. But when a child goes out, start taking drugs, you can't blame me on that. Do you get my point? Yes, we're frustrated, we want to see things happen, but have you ever tried to find out how was the economy when the NP party, the apartheid government left and into democracy? Did you have enough to develop our country? That is a question that we have to ask. Maybe there was a challenge when coming to finance, because you know when you leave something, we're like you're living, but you're not happy. You were removed. It's not like in case of when I want to leave. You were removed, and then you are angry. There's a possibility of let me just take a chunk and just make sure that they fail. Going on. What if is that case? I'm not saying it's the case, but I'm trying to say let us check what happened. Like now, I live in two eras. Apartheid era and this era. When I look back, yes, I'm angry because some of the things like some of the constitution, they don't save us as Africans. There are those constitutions that I feel like, you know what, you must get over with the ruling party. But let us just not focus on the negative things. Let us just focus on the positive ones. Like now, what have they done? I mean, Ekurhuleni. Like this is the most developed municipality. Telling the truth, out of all
the things that had happened towards the years coming to the thing of coalition. When you see they tried coalition in local government, hence the municipality of Ekurhuleni. They tried to do a coalition, but it didn't work because funds were exhausted, infrastructure. Ghost producer was talking about back in the days infrastructure was being built, and the Ekurhuleni was one of those municipalities which came first in terms of service provider, infrastructure, the finances, the fundings. It came through, but lately because of the coalitions, when they selected mayors and stuff, they didn't do their job well. I don't know, it's because of corruption and so I feel
Yivaar Kangakanani. Is it corruption or sabotage?
Or sabotage. Because everyone what I've noticed is that from the years towards the elections, from the years towards these elections that we that everyone was fighting for power. Everyone wanted the piece of the slice in power. Everyone wanted the position.
So discussing collisions, distractions, and what do you guys have to say about all of this that's currently going on, like Easter egg?
Okay. You are asking like, because now you are talking about our society. You are talking about where us belong. One thing I'm going to tell you is that for a long period of time, Ikatoras, without counting Eastern as a whole, Ikatoras was run by ANC only. You understand? Then after the last elections, Zama locals, ANC lost. Young John, couple of times. They lost to an unknown party. They lost to DA.
It was the
party?
PA.
They lost to EFF and then
PA.
And this unknown party.
EFF did coalition with DA.
What?
Which they made the mayor.
Removed the mayor.
Yeah, they removed the mayor. They put it mayor of DA. Months after, they did another coalition.
Talking about removing the leader. Are we talking about the same person that we were supposed to be interviewing that day?
No, not that.
Not
guy.
that.
Okay.
So after this mayor, after a few months, this DA mayor was placed into power. I don't know what they were trying to do. They gave him a vote of no confidence. And then they took him out. they put they did a coalition with PA, which is Patriotic Alliance, a party, I think it's from the Eastern Cape, if I'm not mistaken. And then the
It was a minority party.
Yeah.
I don't know the name. It was not Patriotic
Oh, it was
Alliance. It was certainly a minority party from Eastern Cape.
from Eastern Cape. And then that guy, I
He
don't
ended-
believe
yeah,
he didn't know the job of being a mayor was. What was his duties were. They placed him. A few months later, they wanted to take. They strike. The EFF went to strike. They
kicked
him out. They
slapped
kicked
him,
him. They slapped him with bottles.
Literally,
Chairs,
are you
because-
guys talking about literally and figuratively?
It was televised.
It was in the local parliament.
Local parliament.
Yeah, they're in Germiston. It was like the members.
Germiston, where's that?
Coalition, yes, we are talking about coalition. I think now we're
Coalition,
talking about
that's-
coalition.
yeah, it's-
That's what Eguleni coalition led to.
So you see,
Then they took
What would happen
ANC.
if it goes national?
Nationally, it's now.
Check. It was DA.
It's a rebellious war, guys.
And then they removed DA, that woman. They put that one a minority party. And then the community didn't know what was happening. We thought the mayor was still DA.
DA.
And then after that, they removed that one. They kicked him. They did anything.
They
They
hit
did
him
any
with-
kind of abuse in the what.
Category.
Yes. And then they put ANC back. Now everyone is under ANC, and we don't know what is going to happen after this. Like we're trying, guys, to explain coalition so that you can understand the challenges of coalition.
What I'm saying
Are you
about
guys-
collusion, Mamzo, is that in this thing called collusion, you know what's happening? It's a way of managing to get away with corruption. Because we appoint you as we appoint you to become the mayor. We know that you are not very tough to become a mayor. You don't have experience of becoming the mayor, and then we use you. And then you finance some of our member parties.
Yeah.
You understand? To do tenders in the society. And then the money comes to our party, but it hardly goes to the communities.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Like that.
Do you understand?
Remember what
It's
the guy
ways of
said.
understanding how to get away with.
The mayor, the one that they've
If
kicked.
they want to blame me,
He wanted to talk.
but
He was
he
like,
was
I'm not
given
going
an
to keep it
opportunity
to myself. When they noticed that he wanted to talk, to tell the truth,
They didn't give him.
Then the fight started. And then the fight started.
Because
And
I
the
was going to
GA
say
Collusion is
things
just
that
a
will
distraction.
cause severe damage then already. What is that state?
Exactly.
And look what is happening. Whenever they're fighting, DA, at that time I saw DA members
Yeah, they were sitting
Can I-
behind
behind
watching.
and laughing. They were laughing.
Can I ask you a question?
Looking at the people.
How many ever before this elections and after the last local elections, how many parties have ruled the municipality of Ekurhuleni?
It's only, it's
How many
quite
parties?
a number.
It's quite a number. How could you see what's happening? This is what I'm talking about.
small municipality.
It's easy to get away because now 3 people or 3 parties in one period manage to get away with a lot of crimes. Doc, you see, because I'm doing wrong. Yeah, so, and then I know that you can't blame me. We have to blame the national party, which is ANC, that is funding all of us who are down there.
So, Mina, my question is, so since now, since they wanna try this coalition, which we saw, which it didn't work out in Ekurhuleni. So, how would it work out in national? And there was a guy, I think he was a political analyst. Just I forgot his name. He was talking about the dangers of doing coalition without a plan. You do this coalition just because you want to remove the ruling party or you want to remove this certain president, and then after the coalition, now you fight. It's a power struggle. I want to be minister. I want to be president. I want to. You see,
The thing is that how are they going to work together? During their campaign, they were not campaigning about what are they going to do for the citizens. All that they were doing, they were pointing fingers. They were pointing fingers.
That's what they
We didn't hear anything. So how are they going to work together in the parliament to bring the best out of South Africa? Because right now, they went back
And you
to
know-
pointing fingers. You know why I'm saying they're going back to pointing fingers? The other party says, we're only coming to coalition once they remove the president, the other party says the president is here to stay. There's no way the president is going. Right now, another party says, I'm bringing the person whom the most of the Africans didn't like from that party. They are bringing that person to negotiate the coalition. Do you really think that this coalition is going to work? Because now it seems like they are intimidating one another.
They had to bring back people who contested in the election in the apartheid
Time.
just to negotiate for this coalition. And the opposition party says it's willing to go to coalition with the ruling party, but only if it doesn't allow the other two parties, the other ones, in the top four, the other two parties, the one which has the president that comes from the ruling party, and the other, the young party. So now it says, if those two parties join the coalition with the ruling party, they're not willing to negotiate. And the other ones say, if the president is stepping down, we will negotiate for coalition. And the other ones saying, if we do coalition, put one of our members as Minister of Finance. Why
especially Minister of Finance?
Why Minister of Finance that was in the collusion with the political party, local government is one was of national. Can you imagine that?
Like imagine they messed up already, but now they they want to take it nationally. So like
they want to mess up national, which means because they didn't fix local. What are they going to do national?
It's gonna be worse. It's gonna be worse.
It's better because you can see.
For this thing to pass, I think like they need to sit down, come down with a plan, do everything together, like write down a plan.
Coming down with a plan and doing everything together, it won't work. Those people are enemies.
It's
more like you put a dog, a cat, and a mouse in a cage.
In one room.
In one room.
So imagine if I'm sitting next to you, I'm your enemy, and you sitting in the chair that I want. Won't I try to sabotage you or try to kick you out of the law? So that's what I think.
Remove you from the face of the earth, because now it's not only about am I ruling the nation, but I am also trying to feed my own family. I want to be noticed somewhere else that there's something that I fought for, you understand? So I think, guys, that going back to the time the ruling party wasn't ruling at that current state, it's been 4 years. And honestly speaking, like, let's be honest, guys, people have been silent, you understand? Because we know of how South Africa reacts to some certain
like
fights, So in the duration of 4 years, are you telling me that such has been happening and nobody wanted to raise it just because they were focused on who's going to be the next president?
So guys, now here's my question now. Well, why let the youth now don't go in parliament now to represent?
And guys, don't forget ukuthi Yivaar Kangakanani, because such information we got them from research. We're not just speaking
and then the Chelsea youth, I don't think youth will see that parliament before these people they decide to move or God remembers them. Youth won't see, because right now we are into like the other part. Others were in apartheid. They have advantages. They have all that. This one were angry before the freedom, and then this one lost. This one walks in with an anger. This is what happened. But they can't tell because of, remember what was that? What that Mandela brought? Like a peace,
truth and reconciliation.
Because TRC was introduced in South Africa.
It's December 16th.
It's Day of Reconciliation.
What are we reconciling?
That's the point I wanna bring in. Like now they brought TRC. People are still angry. like a lot happened before apartheid. Now they find themselves in the parliament. Both parties, the one who's representing apartheid, the one who's representing freedom. That now they're in the parliament settling scores. This is not going to.
That's what I'm thinking. That's why you see, Coast is speaking a point here. Like that's why the youth you won't see the youth in parliament. And if you see it, it's only 2 or 3 people,
and the strong ones,
and then the strong ones, who are able to challenge these old guys. What Ghost is saying, it's kind of true, because like these people are like trying to settle an old score. Like these ones say, yeah, you beat us, you took the country from us. These ones say that you've been enslaving us
for years.
For these years, and we as the youth, we were never there.
We are caught in the middle of a situation where we are stuck between a rock and a hard place. Because like compared to back in the day and now, look at the employment rate of how it is increased, more especially for the youth, not the elderly.
Nothing is happening.
And what I want you guys to understand is that these people, just because of they grew under sabotage, you understand? They making sabotage to us a habit or a lifestyle. You understand? They're no longer considering us. The reason why they are there as individuals, they are there as a unity, as members of ANC within the parliament. They are not considering the members of the ANC within the locations.
Someone in the streets asked a question like this: okay, if you see this one person is doing wrong, why don't you
they can overpower, they can
tell him you're doing a wrong thing, stop doing this. But now they wait for that thing to happen, and then they're gonna blame, and they don't come to us as people and tell us no, it's
this
not.
Is what's happening.
It's what's happening. Yeah, they just come say and say the ruling party messed up. All messed up in the parliament, not just the ruling party. Because why would you let the ruling party do that in the first place? You see, so it comes back to this thing, your coalition. They're gonna do it, and then one's gonna mess up and gonna just say, oh, Sizobona, you do, Sizobona. We're just gonna wait and chill and wait for the people to go and strike. That's how I see
Which means like whenever something is taking place, whenever they're trying to come up with something, they have this heart, I just want to see them failing. They don't say we just want to see better South Africa.
It's like I want to be within the building so I can Osama bin Laden it. You understand?
Just Gaza strip it, dog.
Please, you understand? So that I can bring it down, dog. Like I'm gonna demolish that building because I don't want it standing.
So what I'm asking now is like the future of South Africa. If these type of things are happening and these coalitions lead to destruction. So what's gonna happen to South Africa? What's gonna happen to the people? Are we gonna go to war? Are the people gonna take matters into their own hands and govern themselves in South Africa?
That won't happen. I don't think South Africa will go to that extent. South Africans are so civilized in such a way, they believe in that in negotiations, because if they wanted to fight, they were going to fight before these elections, because there was a lot which is taking place, and we don't encourage South Africans to fight, guys. Whenever you find out that there is something that you don't like, don't go and start this thing. Remember on July 21st July. It's 21st July? 21st July, what happened? One person came out telling people to fight. It was a disaster. A lot was damaged. We don't want to damage our country. Always say that, let them, those who are in the parliament, speak on our behalf. Let them consider the citizens on whatever decision they're taking, on whatever. Consider the citizens. The citizens are the one who have decided that this is what we want. When the president was announcing the free and fair election, he said the citizens, people decided. They took a decision that we want this party on a higher. And remember again, the people showed that they were not happy on the ballot.
Yivaar Kangakanani.
Seriously.
And another thing, coming to the thing of when the president said it was free and fair election, I think also Mr. Fikile Mbalula said the same thing. He said these elections were free.
There's
and
no
fair.
such.
But
there's no such, because
in some voting stations, you heard that there were members of a certain political party that were shot dead.
That's what I wanted to raise.
In other voting,
that there's no such thing that each and every election that happens it's going to be peaceful. There's a distraction that should happen because it's not only that. I mean, I'm not sure if you guys have been experiencing, but people have been falling sick. And not just sick, but like people have been dying. Nobody wanted to raise that topic because we are so focused on the election. We don't want it to be sabotaged or it to be postponed to a certain date, you understand? So each and every people that were at the elections, some couldn't make it, guys, because I believe that there was a party that couldn't have been ruling currently due to, you know, the other party that we know that they are familiar of doing this, but there's a party that was coming out so strong that its people were sick and nobody wanted to speak about it. Even on the news, nobody wanted to speak about it.
Anyway, talking about this, I personally, I felt like my rights, my voice was taken over. Like I was compromised because I couldn't go to. I stood the whole day in the queue at the voting. But when I got near to the voting station, I couldn't even get it. They told me they're counting the first of all. During the day.
But serious, you're supposed to use your power. I was going to take a camera, go back there and tell them that okay, this has to be known nationally. You are in media.
Guys, and there's like a party, it's I think it's the opposition party. That says you don't go do coalition with a certain party because that party wants to change the constitution. And if you can check, the constitution favors the minority. So for them saying that they don't want a coalition with a party that's going to change the constitution, they know that the constitution favors them because they are a minority. So it's gonna be hard for them if the constitution is changed. It's gonna be hard for them to maintain the things they have now, the certain power they have, the certain privileges they have. It's gonna mess up everything. So that's why they say abafuni. And another thing, I heard that I remember I was watching a video online. The president of the United States of America, which is Mr. Joe Biden, was I don't know, it was a threat or it was a warning or what. He was saying that if the ANC, which is the ruling party, wins the elections, they're gonna sanction South Africa because of the freedom of the South Africans. The South Africans are oppressed. I don't know how I don't know. Are you guys oppressed? So
I think
we can say
we are in South Africa. We've never expressed that oppression. The only time I expressed that it was before 94. So we don't know what are the oppression that he's referring to, unless he have another like definition for oppression.
So we don't know.
I think it might be a good idea for South Africa
to be sanctioned.
Because Africa will rise right now.
Okay, guys, that's a topic for another day.
Topic for another day.
I mean, as I said, with my experience was bad. It took my democratic right. So did you vote though?
Yeah, I did. I had a successful vote, but the frustrating thing is that lines
the queues are very long.
Lines I think they cause like distraction inside. Once you spend more than 5 minutes in the line, you already forget of what's going on.
But I think it wasn't going to be a problem. If we feel good each time I'm accounting Puma, we feel good, this was free and fair. We're not going to have a problem if it's about already what was voted for. Like I can see in 94, no one before 94 no one was complaining about issues. After 94 it happened. Only if it started maybe in the 20s, 2019 when people are complaining, but they've noticed that we wait in the long queue. At the end of the day, we get nothing.
I did not, but But now I woke up early in the morning, but now they put people in front of me now.
Yeah.
What?
Yes.
My favors.
Yes. So I asked them why. No, okay, they didn't respond to me.
Yeah.
Wait,
That's free and fair.
Chana. I didn't vote actually because of like I went there and I should be okay, I'm going to vote. I was excited, going with my mom to vote. When I got there, I'll give them my ID, I'm checking the system again.
But did you register for voting?
I did register for voting 2 times.
Yeah.
I did that 2 times. So now that means somebody sabotaged my ID numbers.
Yivaar Kangakanani.
Now what I want,
It does.
Yivaar Kangakanani.
It's highly possible.
Yeah, me now what I've experienced, there was a girl who was in front of me, and then he was told that when you have voted already, they checked her name and then she was told. And I asked her because she was one of my candidates.
Yeah.
Like, so I asked her, and they were like, "Ma'am, I haven't voted, but it came as if I voted. But I don't know what happened because I've left the
So one thing I want you guys to understand is that this thing of us having to figure out that we says voted already is because of we are sharing IDs with other people. Don't forget that there was a time whereby in Tembisa there was a time whereby they caught a guy who was referring people to go and do ID in an internet cafe. When did an internet cafe turn into a home affairs department? You understand? People were getting asylums from an internet cafe. People were getting IDs, passports from internet cafe, guys.
Because the Home Affairs MEC, who's it? Minister of Home Affairs.
Minister of Home Affairs.
Oh.
I forgot that guy.
Even Kamala is always on my tongue, but then I forgot it.
Like here, it's got a simple name.
I forgot it. Yes. So now he's trying, guys. Sometimes you have to give credit. The guy is trying to fight this situation. Out of everyone,
he's the one who exposed
for another day. That is the topic for another day.
So usitshele wena lapha ekhaya ukuthi ucabangani with the
Mutwaledi, he did his best.
I guess you guys enjoyed the show as much as we did. I would like you to leave a comment on the comment section. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This is the best show in the world on SAETTV, and we have nothing but the best people. And
before we go, did you say the elections were free and fair?
Personally for me, the elections were not free and fair. My democratic right
I'm with you on the experience because we come from the same block and we had the same issue.
And then my brother?
Unfortunately, for me it wasn't, because I had to be moved to another ward in order for me to vote.
Oh, you fought so hard, you were like a soldier!
But still, you voted.
But I voted.
So I want to understand.
You were the queue.
Did you vote on 3 ballots?
Yes.
Or on 2 ballots?
3
ballots.
Yes.
So which means you voted for a local that is not from your block?
Yes.
That's
you
why
went to another side. You see, that's crime. That's what I'm crying over, my guys. Those are the things that I wanted to highlight.
Like and subscribe, guys.
So sitshele nawe lapha ekhaya ukuthi were the elections free and fair based on your experience, based on your personal endeavors? Did you end up getting to vote for your party, and if so, what do you think of our coalition, your party colliding with a party that you didn't like? So tell us nje ukuthi ucabangani ngaloko. Uyazi ukuthi ubukele SA Emerging Talent Television, and now we're going back to Hope of Youth. We're gonna be calling it Hope of Youth TV. SA Emerging Talent is going on GhettoFlix. You know, you need to go and subscribe. Don't forget ukuthi there's more and more shows that we bring you here in our channel. Uyazi, show them the logo, dog. Show them the logo again. You see? Yeah, we
don't forget levels.
New logo, guys. New logo. Capiche? Capiche?
Yep.
Capiche?
They saw it. Yeah, we got it.
Also, excuse us for the noise, background noise that you hear in Masaitini. We're not in a professional studio, but soon, I see saying that we're top. We are upgrading our studio very soon, so do watch the space. Uzobona Zikipani, ubukele Yivaar Kangakanani on SA Emerging Talent Television, also going to be Hope of You TV. You know, it's your only platform to showcase your talent.
What this election has made plain is that the people of South Africa expect their leaders to work together to meet their needs. They expect the parties for which they have voted to find common ground.